AWS just added agent SOPs to their MCP server, and they claim that you can actually deploy a web app to AWS with just a single prompt. And in this video, we'll test that live. So I'll set it up for the first time and see if what they claim is actually true, and if you can actually deploy an app to AWS using a single prompt. A while ago, AWS introduced its MCP servers. These are tools that help your LLM agents, whether it's Cloud Code or if you're running something in the CI or wherever, actually interact with AWS in certain ways. And that was great. And I've showed you how to set it up. And the link to the video should be somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be. But anyways, if you don't want a little intro on that, you can go back and watch that video. And this one will be looking at the new feature that they added. That's the SOPs. So an SOP is a standard operating procedure, I think. So that's where they take their knowledge and kind of create something like a skill for their MCP server. They grab their know-how and put it there on different things. And they also have one, and that's what we'll be trying today, is to look at the deployment agent SOP. So they took everything they know about deploying agents and formalized that, and we'll be trying to use that for deploying a web server. Now, the documentation is still fairly lacking. It just says what it can do. It can work with smaller apps right now, though other SOPs could do other things. It's not very clear. The documentation is still not there, but that's what we're going to do. And the end result should be something like CDK to deploy on CloudFormation to actually deploy the app and get a URL for that. And we'll try that. For this demo, I created a small Next.js app because I think Next.js is a good representation of an app that is a little more complicated. It has static files. It has everything in it. Usually you deploy it to Vercel. You can use AWS Amplify for that as well. Let's see what it picks. But for now, I created, well, Cloud Code did create an image processing studio thing, gallery, whatever. That's what we're going to deploy. Right, so this is my project. You can see that I have a small web app here. This is the MCP server settings. These are the settings for the app that I created. And then I launched Cloud Code here. And again, I haven't tried this before. Let's see what it does. Use the AWS MCP agent SOPs to deploy this app to AWS. I did give it credentials to AWS before recording this video. Now let's see what it does. You can see that it started and it created a few phases. So one of them is to gather context, build the CDK infrastructure, and deploy and validate. It started adding things to Git, and it wants to delete something where I need to be careful here. That didn't work out very well. Sure, proceed. Started working on CDK. That's good news. You can see that it actually started deploying this. I wonder what it's doing. I can see it created an S3 bucket. That's good. Still chugging away. I think the CloudFormation thing should be finished in a few seconds. Finally moving on. And the app is actually working. It did it. So it looks like it one-shotted the deployment. Now, I think they're using the SOPs. It's hard to see what the SOPs contributed. Now that I've worked with Claude Opus for a while, I think it's very capable, but for deployment things, I did have some back and forth. And in this case, it did seem like it is one-shotting this thing, which is pretty cool. And going back to this, it is done. Let's see the files it created. Where are all the files? So next steps, consider. We have the distribution. We have everything. Next steps, see deployment.md. I don't see deployment.md anywhere here. Okay, sorry. It did add the agents MD file. And it also added deployment.md, the deployment summary, everything. This is very cool. I did not expect it to work on the first try. Again, it's hard to tell what the standard operating procedures added, the SOPs, but I'll take its word for it. Now, there's one thing I remember they also have there, and let's see if as a bonus we can do that as well. So I remember here, I think it could do set up a code pipeline. Do we want a code pipeline for that? Maybe let's try it. Yeah. So no code pipeline here. Can we set up code pipeline for this project? Use the AWS agent SOP. We'll see. Is anyone using code pipeline ever? Is this a service you are using? I think it's weird, isn't it? What is your GitHub repository format for this project? Let's chat. I don't have one yet. Yes, use. And again, this is cool. It's just doing everything. We are so screwed. Yeah, just add things, do things. You're so awesome. Now, I do like having opinionated skills, SOPs, all of these things. I think that's what is taking the LLMs and making them that much more effective. And I think this is what we're seeing here. Okay, so now I need to complete GitHub authorization. See you back in a bit. Okay, we're back. I authorized the GitHub integration, the app. Now it's actually creating the build pipeline. Okay, basically now we're testing it. I think it created a manual deployment. Looking to see if it's running. It seemed to have failed. Why is that? I don't care. I don't care, actually. I have someone to fix it for me. Isn't it great? Seems I didn't give it enough resources. Okay, we have our first problem. It doesn't have the configure button. Running into our first problem. Now, I think the problem is that I have multiple organization under my user, and then I didn't give it the correct thing. Let's try to reauthorize. Okay. There is no update connection option. So this is Claude. This is not the SOP. See, this is where it gets a little messy. Okay, deleted it, and it will recreate the connection, which I hope will make things right this time. Okay, sorry, my bad. Now it should be okay. I created the new app. I gave it the ARN, and let's see what goes. See, finally, it finished. It's working. It's just doing some wrapping up just to see that the app is working. But anyways, as you can see, this worked. We only had to supply 2 prompts. The first one is to create the deployment. The other one is to create the code pipeline. And the only issue was with me, the human factor, where I screwed up the authorization in GitHub. So basically, we're screwed as software engineers. We're screwed as DevOps engineers. I don't care as long as it pushed this and as this worked. And this wraps up the video. If you liked it, please click like and please subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more videos like this, maybe more things that will go deeper into some topics, and see you soon.